Thank you, Ms. Zarina, for leading us into prayer. Now, a warm welcome on behalf of Arya Vidya Mandir Institute of Education. Can you hear me, girl? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah. On behalf of Arya Vidya Mandir Institute of Education, I extend a warm welcome to each one of you on this webinar. I would like to hand over the platform first to our coordinator, Ms. Manjula Gautam, who will share a few words with you all. Over to you, Ms. Manjula.
Namaste and a very good afternoon to each one of you. I trust you and your family are safe in this pandemic that has surged and is being experienced by all of us. We at Arya Vidya Mandir Institute of Education have been in this field of early childhood education since the last 30 years. And what makes us so different is the practical experience that we provide to our students throughout the year. And that is what they benefit when they become full-fledged professionals, teachers in this field of early childhood education. Like all of you, we did have this challenge that we faced last year with the pandemic hitting us. We adapted ourselves to remote learning. And we are very happy to say that we completed the academic year successfully for our diploma students. Today, I take this opportunity to thank each one of you for your presence and also to announce the webinar series. The first one being Early Numeracy and Pre-Maths, which is going to be done today by Ms. Nirali Shah. The forthcoming sessions would be Creating Miniature Clay Artifacts by Ms. Rushina, Early Thinking and Early Literacy by Ms. Prema Mukherjee, and Happy Curriculum are some of the sessions that we have planned for you all. We are sure that you are going to benefit from these sessions. You would want to spend more time with us and join the course at AVM IOE. Thank you and enjoy this fruitful experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Manjula, for those lovely words. It's always nice working with you and all of us as a team. I would now like to welcome our speaker for the day. Indeed, it's a pleasure to give you a little introduction about her. She's none other than Ms. Nirali Shah, who has been a recent alumni of Arya Vidya Mandir Institute of Education. She has done an MA in psychology and is also a special educator. Her MA thesis focused on research and case-based understanding of developing ways in early screening of learning disability in early childhood. She has also pursued a learning disability certificate course from the Paramount Rehabilitation Center, Vikhroli. She's also a certified yoga trainer and has been trained from the Yoga Institute. Her wide experience in special education runs from all across India, starting with the Blind Relief Association, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. She's also worked at Anandi School for Autism, Villapale East, Anand Niketan School, Panjim, Goa, the Universal High School, Ghatkopar, Mumbai, and the Delhi Public School, Srinagar, Jammu and Kashmir. She has been currently teaching young students online across the country as an in-house educator for Access for All, that is a disability access consultation firm. Nirali's motto as a teacher is, there is no other profession that can impact and create a humble human being as teacher does. Nirali is here to do, like Ms. Manjula already mentioned, to do a webinar on learning pre-maths and maths numeracy through play.
Jessie, please unmute yourself. Jessie, sorry to interrupt. Please unmute yourself.
Miss Nirali, can you hear me? Over to you, Miss Nirali.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. And namaste to everyone. Good afternoon. So thank you, a very, very big thank you to my mentors, that's Manjula ma'am, Jessie ma'am, and Zarina ma'am, for giving this opportunity and for giving this platform where I can show my talent, which you have taught me. It's a very big, pleasure that I can represent you, and I hope I do good. Thank you so much. So here we start with the workshop. But before we start, let me just present my screen. Okay, is my screen visible? Just show me thumbs up. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you, ma'am. So yes, here we are. We are going to learn math in a play way method. But before we start, there's an ice-breaking activity, and I can see many children as well on the screen. So I want each and everyone to participate. Since it's an afternoon and everybody must be feeling a bit dizzy or sleepy, so let's just do a breaking activity. I want everyone to put their hands up and down, up and down. Lovely. A bit fast. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Lovely. So now I have a number song for you all. Everyone can repeat after me. So, okay, here we start. How many fingers on one hand, on one hand, on one hand? How many fingers on one hand? Let's all count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. How many fingers on two hands? On two hands, on two hands. How many fingers on two hands? Let's all count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Lovely. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap your hands. Clap, clap, clap your hands. Clap your hands together. Lovely. So I hope everybody enjoyed. And yes, a warm welcome to the skill enhancement workshop on pre-math concepts. So let us begin, but a small disclaimer before we begin that this session should not be a one-way session, because I want it to be as interactive as possible. So you can use the chat box, or you can even unmute yourself and talk. Okay, so here we start. The first thing that I would like to share about a pre-math concept in preschoolers is that the main goal of preschool program is to develop an understanding and an insight of different patterns and shapes of mathematics through the use of concrete materials. Now, again, you must be wondering, like, this is just a statement. But yes, we'll be going forward and looking so many different things about math and day-to-day living where we use math in different ways. So first, my question to each one of y'all is that, do you think that math is around us? Yes, you can put it on the chat box. Do you feel that math is around us, or math is there in our day-to-day living?
Yes.
Yes, that's lovely. Any other replies? Okay, I'm getting so many responses through chat. Lovely. So yes, can you tell me that how you feel that math is around us? Just a brief 1 or 2 sentence.
The sun is round.
Lovely. Yes. Anyone
We
else?
have shapes, numbers. We
Yes.
can count. We can see the shapes.
Yes. So many different ways that
For money.
Yes, so many different ways that math is around us. So we can tell that, a child is surrounded with different shapes and, patterns around him. So this is the first thing which I want to touch upon. And that is shapes around us. That we see the objects. The first thing that a child, sees around the environment are different patterns and shapes. He or she plays with so many toys, like there are blocks, there are puzzles, there is a ball, and a very small thing that even I have realized while I was, making this project, that a child also goes down to play. And, during that early age, when he goes down to play, he realizes that there are different people staying in different houses. So, there are flat numbers. So again, he comes across, flat numbers or building numbers. So he comes across so many different things in different manner. So I have one more thing to share, that is about, even comparing objects in our day-to-day lifestyle, where it can be through size or, location, big, small, heavy, light, weights, quantities, a lot, a little. So that is what we talk in our day-to-day living and day-to-day lifestyle. So he understands that, there are so many different ways that we can teach a child, different math concepts. So more, I want to touch upon the daily life activities where a child also goes out for shopping, where he or she comes across, money and coins. You also see, time. So that is the reason why when you come across different numbers, you also see calendar. I also came across a really small thing, and that was about, you also talk, with the child that it is bedtime, you need to sleep now because it is night, now it is daytime, you need to get up. So, time and numbers, so many things comes across the child. So again, why do you feel that introducing pre-math concepts is very important in an early child? Anybody can unmute or, tell me through the chat box. That is it important to introduce pre-math in a preschool?
Yes, because
so that they understand maths in their future. So pre-math is basically laying the foundation of maths.
Yes, lovely. Anything else? Yes, somebody has said about measurement. If you look outside, you will see so many different shapes. Exactly, very true. Apart from this, I want a reason why you feel that math is a universal language.
Kids are already surrounded with maths. They already have some part or some idea about it. So it's good that we start introducing them so that in day-to-day life they can use it. Because this is the thing that is in everyday life they are using it. There is not a single moment when we are not actually using maths.
Yes. Very true, very true. So yes, somebody has also said that their base should be strong for daily activities like playtime, cognitive development, meals, sleeping. Wonderful response. So yes, math.
for maths
Sorry, ma'am, what did you say?
becomes the base for acquiring maths.
Yes. So basically, it is the foundation here, and math is the foundation where you inculcate, different concepts about math during the early age. So I would like to put some more light that why pre-math concepts are important for a preschooler, because it develops their vital life skills. It also develops their mathematical skills, and it also gives them a wider vision to solve problems, like, again, life problems. And it also helps them to measure their spatial awareness, like through different games and activities like Legos, puzzles. Again, I will be going and taking you all further with the activities. But yes, definitely you all know that pre-math concepts are very important. Now, again, how and what all concepts to introduce is also very important for us being a teacher or being a parent. Because if I go back and see my childhood, so I remember one thing, that whenever it used to come to math, my mom used to make me sit and do tables during the vacation, or addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. So yes, definitely my math is very good because of my mother, because of doing tables and everything during the vacation. But no, math is not about addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, or tables. It is much more than that, which we need to understand as an educator or as a parent, that there are so many different ways that we can inculcate math in their day-to-day life. So here we go. There's an activity time where I will be showing you all different kind of activities which you can definitely do it online or even offline. Why online? Because of course everybody knows that because of the pandemic we are in that glitch that we cannot meet and we cannot teach children. So definitely you can do these activities with your children at home, and they're really, really simple, where we can teach them about matching concept, recognition of numbers, sequencing of numbers, sorting activities, then comparing activities. So I will take you all through those activities. But before we go ahead, again, I need an icebreaker activity where you will understand that even through this game, we explain a child so many things. So let's begin. We are going to do a simple roly-poly activity. So I want everyone to start, and even I can see few children. So please, it will be wonderful if you all start doing too. Roly-poly, roly-poly, up, up, up. Roly-poly, roly-poly, down, down, down. Roly-poly, roly-poly, out, out, out. Roly-poly, roly-poly, in. Okay, now we do it fast. Roly-poly, roly-poly, up, up, up. Roly-poly, roly-poly, down, down, down. Roly-poly, roly-poly, out, out, out. Roly-poly, roly-poly, in. Wonderful. So through this activity also, we taught so many things like about up, down, in, out. So many different weights, quantities, locations. So this is how we can introduce a child through such concepts. Now, my first activity on the screen is about matching and recognition of numbers. Again, you might find that, that this is what we generally do, even in school, that you have few numbers on one side and then you have few, blocks where you can show the child and they do matching. But no, there's a small tweak in the activity where, because we are online, so what I have done is I have made different kinds of flashcards of numbers. So what you can do is you can show number one on the flashcard, and you can tell the child to run in the house and get any one item. Okay, so like that you can go on and on for recognition of numbers and even for matching concepts. Again, through this, we not only hit the mathematical skills, but we also enhance their physical skills. So this is a wonderful activity that you can twist and tweak at any time and always for introducing matching and recognition of numbers. Again, for recognition of numbers, I have something more to it, where this is number 5. Okay, but there are so many different ways to show number 5 even through your fingers. So I want everyone to show me the different ways that you can show number 5 through your hands. Anyone? Yes. This, either this. There are so many different ways, or this. So again, you can introduce this also during your online class or offline, that the child recognizes the numbers and the sequencing of numbers. The other concept which I have is these activities are of daily living, which a mother can definitely do sitting at home, and even the teacher can do it through online. That is that there are definitely stacks of clothes in your house. So you can tell your child either to sort those clothes and remove only his clothes, or you can tell the child to remove wet clothes and dry clothes, or dirty clothes, clean clothes. So, through this activity, it is such a small and simple activity, but the child understands about, different sizes and, different methods of sorting things. So even about clips, and then there are gems which children eat. So you can do that where the child can sort through colors. So we can introduce numbers and colors and shapes at the same time. I also have an activity where you can give your child spoons of different sizes, and you can tell them to sort small sizes and big sizes. And you can also mix forks in it, where it can be a bit difficult for a upper KG child, where they can sort these spoons and forks easily. So you can definitely give that activity as sorting. Now the next activity which I have is for comparison. So again, I told you all about spoons, big spoon, small spoon. So the child can compare that. They can also sort that. But this is a very interesting activity which I have come across, where you can always draw something and tell your child to stick the pom-pom balls or the googly eyes, or whatever is available at home. And then you can teach them about comparison through, even this will enhance their motor skills, as they are going to be really creative and sticking things and doing the art and creativity. But along with that, what you are introducing is comparison, like which is greater, which is less than. So again, for this also, I have a small twist which I have done at my place, where I have drawn a flower vase. And what I have done, I have few flowers with me, and I tell the child that you have to stick one flower and you have to stick 4 flowers. And then this is the clip which we use in the kitchen to tie things. So I have used this for the greater than sign and the less than sign. So this can be really interesting for your child, and they will also enjoy in a fun way. So you can always introduce this method with the child for comparison. You can also teach them or tell them to sort shoes. You can tell your child to remove his own shoes from the rack, or tell your child to sort bigger shoes and small shoes, sort all the family people's shoes, like mama shoes, papa shoes, dada shoes, things like that. So again, with the comparison, as I told you all, that we have motor skills enhancement as well, where you can tell your child about big and small concepts, and you can make this worksheet where you tell your child to even draw a bigger ice cream or a small ice cream or a big fish or a big gift, a small chocolate, things like that. So again, for this, I also have an ice-breaking activity where you all have to become big as a ball, as big as possible, as big, become as big as possible. And then you can say that, okay, be small, become a small ball. So again, this will help them to differentiate between big and small. Along with that, they will also sort things, like what is big, what is small. Like a big ball and a small ball is always a good, beginning for a nursery child to teach about a big and a small ball. So these are the activities. We can also do this for counting and sorting, where you can always give numbers to your child, and you have to tell the child to put those many stones beside that number. Or you can also have the pasta activity, which I found really interesting, that on a stick, you can show the child the flashcard, and you can tell the child to put those pastas inside the stick. So with 3 elements, you can teach a child so many different things about math. So now it's game time, which helps to spot the numbers, which helps to enhance their mathematical skills along with their visual skills. So I want everyone to tell me that where can you find number 4?
On the cloud.
the clouds.
On the clouds.
Lovely, lovely. Yes, you're right, on the cloud. So this is how, you can inculcate this in your child and teach your child. Okay, one more try. Can you tell me where's number 10?
On the book.
On the book. Lovely. So yes, this is one of the game that we can introduce and which is very, very helpful for visual mathematical skills. Now it is game time, and I want everyone to get a sheet of paper and a pencil, and it is called a cookie game. So I'll just wait for a minute so that you all can, grab your paper and pencil. Yes, I think everyone's ready with the paper and pencil. So what you have to do is you have to draw a cookie, a big circle on your paper. Yes, after drawing the big circle, what you have to do, you have to draw choco chips inside the cookie, because that is something which we all love to eat, right? So you have to make small circles inside the cookie, which are choco chips, and you can make as many as you want. But remember, you have to count the numbers and tell Nirali teacher what it is. And how many cookies did you draw? So this is how you can also introduce this cookie game where they make a big circle and small circles as choco chips inside their cookie. And after that, we can tell them to draw. I have more to come, so you don't leave your paper and pen. So then after drawing the cookies, I have many variations in this cookie game where you also tell them to color the cookie. A dark color in the choco chips and a lighter color in the cookie. And after this, what you have to do is you can tell the child to circle any 2 choco chips, or you can tell the child to circle 3 or 5 or 4 choco chips, or you can also tell the child to draw only 2 or 3 choco chips inside the cookie. Apart from this, I also have a tweak with this game where you can tell the child to circle the big choco chips or circle the small choco chips. So through this one game, we are introducing so many different concepts of big, small, numbers, sorting, sequencing. So this activity is real fun to play with kids. Now, after this, I have a small question and I want you all to activate your brain, and it's hands-on activity time, but the task is of not mine. It is your task. As I have showed you all different activities, I want you all to search for few pre-math activities and tell me how we can introduce pre-math concepts in a child. Yes, Hetal. Yes, Hetal.
Yeah, I have, I've done with my daughter the counting skills activity.
Okay. I will start with you first. Can we give 7 minutes or maybe 5 minutes to others, and then we can start with you?
Okay.
Yes. So it is your thinking time for 5 minutes, and then we start with Hetal. So any activity which is related to pre-math concept.
Hi, ma'am. I just joined Shani.
Okay, hello.
So, pre-math concept mean counting and sorting, something like that, you can say.
Yes, so pre-math concepts have a lot of things actually, not only sorting and counting. It also has sequencing, recognition of numbers, matching, conservation of numbers. So it has many things, which has.
Can I
you know,
share my
important-
activity?
Ma'am, you are second. Can we give at least 3 minutes to others,
Okay.
and then we can start? Yeah. So we'll start with Hetal and then Sharda ma'am.
Okay, ma'am, can I start now?
Wait, just 2 minutes.
Just
We'll
let
give.
me-
Yes, I will tell you. Two more minutes.
Use this.
Last 1 minute to go. Yes, lovely comments in the chat box. I'll definitely read them. So yes, Hetal, can you start?
Yeah. Good afternoon, everyone. So I have this activity in mind wherein I have drawn like 5 cones of ice cream, and on each of the cone, and it has an increasing number of scoops. So first cone has 1 scoop, the second cone has 2 scoops, and I asked the child to count the number of scoops.
Yes, that's a lovely counting
And
activity.
second one which I had in mind was making a circular pizza, and I divided into 4 sections and wrote numbers in sequence like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there are 4 other triangular pieces which I had made. In that I had made the toppings in increasing order. So first in one triangular section only 1 topping, second 2. So I have to, you can match basically how many
Like a puzzle. Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And one
Anything
is like,
else, Hetal?
yeah, so one is like making a flower like an increasing number of petals. Like first flower has only 1 petal, second has 2, the third one has 3, and so on.
Yes. Yes. So mostly all your activities were related to sorting and counting of numbers.
Yes,
And
and matching ones.
Yes. Wonderful. Yes, they were lovely activities. So yes, next we hear from Sharda.
Yeah, actually, what I thought was, like giving them a dough, roti dough.
Yes,
And,
a dough.
asking them to make like small rotis and big rotis, like that. And you can even ask them to count how many small you have, how many big you have, like that. And then, you can ask them to roll it and make either a small one or a big one.
Yes, yes. We can also tell them to make small circles, big
Yeah,
circles.
small
with the game.
circles, big circles, like that.
Yes.
And if it is going to be offline, you know, like you can just, the teacher can sing a song saying that, join your hands and form a circle, form a circle, form a circle. So all the children will join hands and form a circle, and they'll all have to say small, 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 and come inside holding their hands closely. And then make it into a big, 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 big circle, and then form a big circle like that.
Yes, yes. Definitely. It's a great activity to do with children offline.
Yeah, and another thing, you know, similarly, you can do the same thing with the rope. Like, you know, the children will hold the rope and say small, 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 and get in, and then similarly, it also goes for in and out also.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
So yes, wonderful concepts, ma'am.
Yeah. So that goes for in and out, big and small, like that.
Yeah, yeah. So yes, Jaya ma'am, I think you have written in the chat box that you have done
Yeah,
something.
actually, I get a lot of inspiration from Pinterest on a regular basis. I use that to get a lot of activities because the kids are at home all the time. So I have this one. I don't know if everyone can see the sheet. The kids like to work a lot with stickers. They love working with stickers of all kinds. They love sticking things. So instead of making them stick it on the walls and the doors and the windows of the house, I give them a sheet and let them do this. So one of the kids was having a little trouble in identifying the numbers. So if you tell her 6, she can count to 6. She can count till 20. She can count till 25. But actually recognizing what number is what was a little bit of an issue. So I did the opposite of what I generally do. I stuck these dot stickers because I have colorful ones at home. So I made all the different numbers with them. I had these shiny number stickers handy. And I put in all the dots and I gave it to them. And I told them, you need to count the dots now and you need to put the correct number next to it from the, sticker sorter. So then this is what they were able to do. So this is the opposite basically. I mean, you can count till 20, but you need to know which is 10 and which is 11 and which is 9. And obviously she had confusion in 6 and 9. So this is one of the activities. In fact, I just did with the twins yesterday. So yeah.
Yes, so I also do a similar activity where I tell, if they're upper KG children, I tell them to cut, like a fish or a ball, and then I make them stick on the paper, and then I tell them to put, 3 googly eyes on it, or, 1 googly eye. So that is how, we can inculcate recognition of numbers. And of course, we can also do the opposite like you did. So that's a wonderful concept. Yes, I think Tasneem ma'am is waiting since a long time. She's ready with her activity. So yes, ma'am, can we have you?
So hi, good afternoon. I've thought of an activity which could be something like make 4 different cartons and have 4 different shapes on it. The one is circle, square, rectangle, and triangle. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4 written on all the cartons. Then we have the number of small circle, all the 4 shapes are there with the colors and the numbers. And then the child has to pick the right color, the shape, and put it in the cart. Entire physical and mental activities taken.
So I think you just tweaked the actual shapes game where, children are already given so many shapes and they are supposed to sort it, but this is a twist. That's a wonderful activity. Really. Yeah. Anything else? Anyone else?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes, Prerna ma'am. I think you were also patiently waiting since a long time.
Like I have 2 activities which we had done with our kids. One was with whiskers. Like we had made colorful paper balls, red, yellow, blue, and green. And we kept on telling them to put 1 red ball, 1 2 ball inside the whisker. When it was fully loaded, then we told them to take out 3 blue balls, take out 1 balls. It was like that.
It is 2-way activity where we tell them to put and then we also tell them to remove.
And there was different balls, 4, 5 balls, in which whenever they used to take them, we had to stick the colors on that ball. So they had to put blue ball in the blue ball in the blue ball. That kind of thing.
And so same, even this, I'll just complete my thing also, that since you said that, even I recollected my activity where you know, those cupcakes where we put the batter inside, those are colorful. So we can tell the child to actually put that color gems in the cupcake mold. You know, so again, that is how you can tweak or you can change the concept,
then,
you know, using a ball.
Yeah, and there was this sorting activity. We had made socks, colored socks with different colors and shapes. So what they had to do was, there was a lace, they had to put all the socks over there, counting 1, 2, 3, 4, only 10 socks.
Preposition.
Yeah. Yes. And then in the second activity, same thing. The variation was that they had to put the socks, same socks on one side, pairing them, and the different socks on the other side of that.
Yes, yes. So a wonderful sorting activity, which is, you know, daily life skill at home. So definitely
same and different also count. They are counting as well.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Anybody else? Yes, Kiona, ma'am.
Excuse me.
You're on mute. You're still on mute.
Sorry, ma'am. My name is Lakshmi.
Okay,
Actually,
okay.
I forgot
reads
to change
Kiona,
it in
so
yeah.
Okay, okay. No problem.
So
Yes, the
I was
activity.
saying that we can introduce them to counting and sorting and everything by toys also. Every kids have toys at home now, because it is online sessions going on. It's difficult for us to draw their attention towards us.
Yes,
so we can tell them to collect whatever toys you all have. Just collect it. Now find some colors. We can say that find red color. How many red colors do you have? Write and show me, so that they know the number also, that what number they are writing. So we can tell them that show me, or we can ask for give me how many square shapes do you have, something related to square shape, where they can find out whether they have something related to square shape, round shape, or
yes, we can tell them that get anything from the house which is a square shape. So yes, that's again a wonderful activity to do
with utensils. We can say them that bring small utensil, bring small spoon, whatever you have in small. Find out something small from your house, or we can say them bring something heavy from your house.
Yes, yes, heavy and light concept.
Yes, we can introduce lots of things with the utensils, toys, and everything they have. Even we can say that go bring 3 pencils. So bring 4 pages. Like we can tell them accordingly, or we can just tell them to tear the pages.
Yes, I was about to come there. That you can also tell. Yeah, you can also tell the child to, you know, sit with a book and flip to page number 25 or remove page number 16. So that is how also a child can be recognized to numbers.
No, like only one page, tear it out, cut it into pieces, and write on each piece the number of pieces, like 1, 2, 3, 4. So accordingly, they are counting also, and we are learning to write the numbers also, 1, 2, 3, 4. And tearing part, writing part is the favorite part. The kids love to do.
Yes, yes, yes. And with that help, even they enhance their motor skills.
Motor skills are also introduced. We can even tell them to draw a birthday cake for themselves and think over how many candles you want.
It's like the cookie
and after
game.
drawing, we can tell them that the color only 2 candles red, 3 candles yellow. So they are introduced colors, there's numbers, everything.
Yes, yes, yes. Wonderful activities, ma'am. Thank you so much. So yes, do we have anyone else who wants to talk or share their activities? Yes. Oh, ma'am, I saw you actually showing. Yes, yes.
Thank you. So this is what I did for my toddler. I made 6 different shapes, circle being the most common I'm showing you. So we stuck these 3 primary colors, showed her, first thing was the color identification we did. So all 6 different shapes with blue color, yellow color, red color. So that was the first stage. Then at second stage, I took her to, in terms of shape identification, sort all the circles together. So all 6 different colors that you can see back in front, that's what we have done. And then the next thing was in terms of teaching her primary and secondary colors. So like these 2 are primary colors, these 2 are primary colors, and together they will add to this secondary color.
Yes.
So this activity, we made it for my 2-year-old. and this was completely done with the help of my 4-year-old. So
Yes.
I made my 4-year-old do all the cutting, not drawing of the shapes, but cutting of the shapes, sticking it, and make a game for her younger sister. So both of them were equally involved into it, and one learned everything at the same time the other one learned from her.
Yes. So this you can do with elder. Yes, you can do this with upper KG children, but with young children like nursery, I also have a different activity which you can do with actually paints and paintbrush. You know, actually you can dip the paint in the water and then you can show them about different colors and mixing of primary colors.
Correct. So we did that experiment as well, the water experiment, where we took the tissue, we added 3 different primary colors. Then there were 3 empty glasses in the center and we mixed it. So that is something we did it with both my
and then you
children,
come out
the
with
toddler,
a rainbow as well.
with a rainbow. So that was another activity, the science experiment kind of we did. What I do with my older one in terms of teaching her number recognition of 1 to 50 is playing bingo or tambola, you call it.
Yes.
So
like
that is something that she really enjoys.
Yes. That's a wonderful game actually.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much for showing us. And we have people who have also written on the chat box that, counting clothes in their wardrobe and sorting, pocket board as a teaching aid. Yes, somebody had also written about sorting socks. Yes, we also had a ma'am talking about that. Rhymes related to numbers, backward counting through hopscotch game. Yes, I find hopscotch game really interesting and to teach children because they understand numbers and, their even physical skills get developed. Apart from this, can we just have last one person because I even need to take this further.
Ma'am, I have one game.
Yes. Yes.
So what we had done is that we had done counting the blocks. So what we do is that we had different types of blocks in the tub. So we had hidden all the shapes. There were different shapes in that tub. So the child we had to call out the color or the number. Like we'd say 4 circles. Go and search 4 circles. So it was like a treasure hunt. So the child had to actually run and then come back and get the 4 circles to me. So that is something which also encourages their gross motor skills as well as their physical color recognition as well as their number recognition.
This activity is really helpful and good if at all we are meeting offline. If it is online, then the parent has to do a lot.
Yeah. But ma'am, this works mostly in daycare. If anybody is in the daycare, it works a lot. I was working for a daycare.
No, we also teach actually these activities in offline in school as well. For nursery children, because it is very, in a playway method, children learn so many different things and they even start running. They forget, first they come crying in the class. So they even forget their crying when they start, learning
about.
So yes, So yes, that's an amazing, it was amazing to know so many different activities and definitely what I said that it should be a 2-way session. It was a 2-way session. I really enjoyed it. But I have something more to tell you all about a pre-math concept and which is very much needed in today's era. That is about coding. So coding is like so important now because all thanks to the pandemic that children are brought up with laptops and cell phones. So again, coding doesn't mean that using computers and laptops and cell phones. But you can also teach coding to children without the usage of computers and in a schools because it is very important for them to understand the sequencing of the events that are happening. They have to actually run their mind faster than the computer. That is what first we have to introduce. And coding helps in a tremendous way for the child in different manners in communication, enhancing their creativity, their math concepts, even their confidence. So just a small thing that I would like to share about coding is that it helps to make them future ready, first thing, because definitely now the generation are becoming technology savvy. So this is the thing which they need to learn. A few activities which we as teachers or parents can do at home which are coding related is this one, which so many actually parents and teachers have already shared during their sharing time, but they didn't know that maybe it was a coding activity or a pre-math concept. So you can definitely bifurcate between them, and you can understand that, how there are so many different ways to teach coding. So first thing that you can do is, you can tell them to color with the help of giving them codes, color codes. So this is a very interesting activity which helps their visual skills. It also enhances their coding skills. A small request, Payal ma'am, your mic is on unmute. So if you could just mute. Okay, so thank you so much. And yes, this coloring activity by numbers and by coding is a wonderful activity which you can do. You can also inculcate coding in a child through Legos, blocks, and puzzles. Even maze is a wonderful activity to do with a preschooler, where you can even twist and tweak it and make it more complicated for an upper KG child. And there is one more last activity from my side related to coding, that is about cut and play. So this, I realized that if you have a printed photo with you, you can definitely fold them into 8 parts or 4 parts or 6 parts, whichever, how many ever parts you want to. And after folding them, you write numbers like I have written below on this elephant, and you can cut them. And then you tell your child to make the whole puzzle, make the whole elephant again. So this is also a part of coding based activity. Now, like, this is it from my side about pre-math concepts and coding concepts. Thank you very, very much. I had a wonderful
Nirali
session.
ma'am,
Yes,
just
yes,
one thing I just wanted to ask you that how is abacus important? At what age group does abacus help a child? Like my friend, his son is going to senior KG. Abacus, will it help him at this age, or would it help him at grade 1?
yes, definitely. So why, I think you joined in late, right?
Actually,
Shelly?
ma'am, the thing is there were many people which were backlog.
Okay.
I
Because
luckily
we
got
already
in.
had a talk and a conversation about when to introduce a pre-math concept. So definitely nursery, junior KG, senior KG, it depends upon how much complicated, questions and sums you can give to your child or your, student.
Just wanted to
Because
classes or
introducing,
something.
sorry ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Any classes which are there for this abacus in Mumbai?
So ma'am, that, like, I don't have any knowledge about abacus classes which are going on. But definitely if I get through, if somebody else from the group knows, you can definitely put it on the chat box to help Shani.
Surely. Thank
Yes,
you.
yes, thank you so much. And thank you so much for being a wonderful, audience to me. And it was a lovely interactive session. Last thing from my side, that all of this that you heard from me was taught to me by Manjula ma'am, Zarina ma'am, and Jessie ma'am, which I have done in the last year. Again, my batch was the first batch which was online. So we were really, even teachers were equally scared. Even we students were scared that, how we are going to learn. But that also on online platform. But definitely you can see my webinar and workshop, like how much I have enhanced and grown as a person, as a teacher. So definitely you can, if you are not a teacher and you are looking forward, then AVM is the place, and you can definitely enroll for the ECE course. Apart from this, I would like to share that you don't only become, like, you have a very narrow vision when you join the course, if at all you have joined. But after you are done with the course, you will become a very, very different person. That is from my experience that I'm telling you, that I had come here to become a teacher, but my mentors or my teachers have made me into a very, very versatile educator. So thank you so much for that, ma'am. And if you have any other doubts related to EC or related to the pre-math concept, I'm here to answer.
I had been to AVM at Juhu, and I had seen the puppet show there. The ECE teachers had done it. It was really nice. They
Yes.
actually really encourage you to work forward, and they actually do so well. It was like tears in the eyes when we see them. It's very nice.
Yes,
And I
yes.
actually thought that why did I do it from Podar? I would have done it from AVM. It was close to my house.
Oh.
I thought again, well, if I get a chance, definitely I'll do it for AVM.
Yes, yes. I think you missed out on Manjula ma'am as your mentor because
Yeah.
she's just amazing to teach you about pre-math concepts.
I see.
So whatever I had, I had on my slides was everything taught by, Manjula ma'am, Jessie ma'am, and Zarina ma'am. Especially like coding, if at all you want to learn, you need to join this course because that forte is by Zarina ma'am. Like I didn't know anything about technology, nothing about laptops. Zarina ma'am had, totally evolved me into a different person. So yes, thank you so much. If you have anything else, I'm your.
Nirali ma'am,
Ma'am,
this,
is it a recorded session?
Yes, I think it is being recorded, Shani ma'am. But yes, Kunal Hinduja is written. I'm sure you're not that.
Hi, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's actually my husband's name. When we are doing these pre-math activities, it's a very interesting concept. But what I have realized over a period of time is that a child is always confused between a 6 and a 9. And my child is always confused between a B, and a D. So how do we
So the more
resolve that?
yes,
What are the activities we can do?
Yes, definitely. I'll get back. But I think Dipali ma'am wants to answer that question more than
Yeah.
me.
Sure.
So for letter B and letter D, it's a very simple way. Okay, especially the small case letters is where they get confused.
Yes.
Because you can just take your palm and close it and you face it in front of you. You do it right now with me. Okay.
I'm not able to actually see you. I can't see you.
You can't see me? Can you all see me?
No, I can't.
Okay, you just follow my instructions. Let's do it like that. Listening skills. All right. Yes. So now you just close both your thumb, okay, all your fingers, and just stretch out your thumb and hold it in front of you. Stretch out your thumb. Make it tall. Yes. So now you will see that your left hand, okay, which is facing you is letter B, and the other one, the right hand, which is facing you, is letter D. So, you can write it on your child's name, hand, letter B and letter D. And whenever they get confused, they will just close this fist and they will see it and they will. With practice, they will know exactly because this becomes like their reference point.
Reference.
Also, let me just grab this opportunity once more. Okay, I'm so sorry, Nirali ma'am, but let me just go ahead. Let me introduce myself. I am Ms. Dipali Chincholikar and I'm also an alumni. Manjula ma'am, please allow me. All right, I'm an alumni of the AVM IOE. It is my 10th year as a teacher at Arya Vidya Mandir School. And I still would like to come for this webinar because every platform is a learning platform. And I think it was a wonderful one. Our mentors, that is Manjula ma'am, Zarina ma'am, Jessie ma'am, they have wonderful teachers. They have been my teachers. And what I am today is because of them. So please go ahead and join the course. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Definitely, Dipali ma'am. It's very, very true that you evolve as a person in a very different way. So thank you so much, ma'am, for this platform as well. So now I hand over the platform back to you.
Thank you so much, Ms. Nirali. Girls, participants, on behalf of you and Arya Vidya Mandir Institute of Education, we would all like to thank Nirali for the wonderful webinar that she conducted. She concised everything in such a short span of time and completed daily maths live activities, maths around us. She completed maths areas, combining it with the areas of development. She also got self-made innovative ideas that she imagined, made, created, and reproduced to all of you. And then she also moved on to interactive activities and helped you to share your learnings with each other. Wonderful experience. I'm sure the audience enjoyed your session, Nirali, and you were a wonderful audience, and we'd like to thank all of you as well. Thank you, one and all. Over to you, Ms. Zarina, to conclude it with the Shanti Part. Thank you.
Please join your hands. Let's start with the Shanti Part.
Shanti शान्ति सर्वं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सा मा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति.
Before the participants exit or leave the meeting, a very big thank you for you, for all of you to be present here and giving us your precious time. And a big thank you to Nirali for contributing her knowledge and speaking so highly about the Institute. Dipali was an icing on the cake with her additions of her learning and her, knowledge that she shared with each one of you. We had, when we planned this series of webinar, we were expecting positive responses, but this time it has been overwhelming. And we could not accommodate all of you, So we would want to share this, that we are going to share the recording of this video with all of you. So you can have a look at it and imbibe and learn, as you see or reiterate certain learnings that have been, shared at this platform. Thank you. Please stay safe and take care of yourselves. And we will meet you on 20th once again for the next series of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much.